I do apologize for my lateness. But it is a sea of NPCs out there. I was bobbing and weaving and weaving and bobbing and oh my goodness, it was a trip. A trip. Holy cow. Like people are just, I don't know. We've been having this discussion all week. People are just like, it's my vacation. I'm gonna walk with my friends 5 wide everywhere. Bobbing and weaving and bobbing and weaving and bobbing and weaving and bobbing and weaving, but I made it. Phew. Maria Ann, thank you for kicking off Super Chat activities. Most appreciated. Jim, Marie Bell, Janice, Sony, Val Marie, Venus. Did I say Venus? Maybe, I don't know, whatever. But I like saying it twice. Hi, Venus. So everyone's getting coffeeed up? Yeah. I've been living on coffee. Coffee's awesome. Sleep's a proxy for sleep. That's what it is. Chanel Fischel. Yeah. Janice, you have the sentiment exactly. Thank you for being here, everyone. Running just a few minutes late tonight. Yeah, thank you, everyone, for being here. Bert. Tom Lars. Who else? Mike K. Yeah, I mean, this whole week, you are so right, Mike K. This whole week has felt like a stream of Saturdays. I'm like completely lost in time. I mean, I guess it's a good thing to a certain degree, but yeah, it just feels like an extended Christmas. Kyle, what's going on? Jamie, Porkenstein, Andy. Yeah, we will talk about, I got to be very, very cautious talking about the incident that, I'm just going to call it the incident. I'm not even going to mention names. I could talk about it, but not really. I know some stuff, but I can't talk about it. Not here, anyway. Kathleen. Why is the picture so dark? Alright, let's fire up some coffee. Haley is awesome. This place is awesome. I love these people here. I saw Haley, but, I headed to the restroom. That was the first thing I had to do. TMI, but it is what it is. And so she had her back turned to me. She was like helping someone or whatever, or she was already making my coffee. I got out, I walked up to her and she turned around, bam, it was done. That's awesome. That's why I love this place. And they'll take care of you guys the same too. Tell them Bror Fredrik sent you. Or not. But it's just good. Highly recommended. Alright. Let's see. We're gonna start with 3, and then we're gonna, I think, migrate our way up to 5 Truvias. Alright, let's get that steam milk activity going. Let's go for it. F it. So I hope everyone is having, so far, an amazing 2025. Mine is kicking off nice and right and awesome. Met some great people today who are viewers. Where'd I see someone? Me and my bro were luggage shopping, and we met a wonderful couple. Just met another wonderful woman from Minnesota. So yeah, there's a lot of people down. The town is actually pretty full, I'd say. Full of NPCs, but pretty full nonetheless. Because historically, the weekend after, like this weekend after New Year's, tends to be more affordable, shall I say. So you'll see a lot of people here. Alright, picture looks on point. Let's do a little stir, stir, stir. You know what? Because I know I'm going to be a little sloppy here. Let's get busy with this. Bam. So in case you don't know, in case you don't know, in case you knew and don't know, look at that. Look at that image. Damn. These are the best napkins in all of Vegas. No, I'd have to say the High Limit men's room at Aria. This is what you get to dry your hands on, this quality. But yeah, True Bar, Fashion Show Mall. Alright, I am so into this coffee right now. I wait all week. Alright. Enough of staring at my coffee, right? The Coffee is not the star of the show. Yeah, it's kind of low season. Mark M. I'm going to keep saying hello to some peoples. Let me get that out of my grill. What's up? I'm a little like, I wouldn't say overdressed, but it's not, it's like 90 degrees out already. What is it, friggin' July already? Let's see. Let's get some volume here. I mean, some brightness. 132 people. Anthony, what's going on? Andy, this year is not awesome. Yeah, it's been wild, crazy, and weird. Well, we'll talk about a little bit of the weirdness as much as we can. But yeah, and don't expect it to normalize anytime soon, because it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Point the camera, what? Point the camera at your sis. Alright, cool. Where is she? Crypto IT. What does ITO stand for? But I'm down with the cryptos. Oh, did you see the pump today on XRP? Got a little score. Already with the friggin' commercials. Got some pump on the Doge too. I'm all about, I'm loving the Doge, because I bought it 8 cents. I mean, I should probably be adding to that position, but it's a good enough position that if it like 100X's, I'm gonna be like, party time. It's minus 16 Celsius in Alberta? Wow. I'm reading everything. I gotta get up to speed here. You don't agree with the milk and sugar in the... Yeah. You know, we all have our taste. I mean, I used to be like, you'd walk in any bodega since I was like, I've been drinking coffee. My high school had a split session. I've told the story, but there's a lot of new people. My high school had a split session. I used to go in from 6 a.m. to 11. And then the next shift, because it was just a huge population, the next shift came in from 11 to 3. Luckily, I was on the early shift. We were out already, like, tearing the streets up at 11 o'clock. I had gym last period, so I shaved another half hour. We'd run the track and then climb through the hole in the fence. I never took attendance. Done. So I was out in the streets by like 10:30, you know? Anyway, so I learned how to drink coffee with all the sanitation workers and the truck drivers and whatnot. You know, at like 4:30 in the morning, we'd take the public bus up there. And it was always like light and sweet, light and sweet, light and sweet. It was just like a thing. But, my man, Happy New Year, brother.
Happy New Year, man. Good to see you.
Yeah, always a pleasure to see you. But I'm off the sugar train. I don't do sugar no more. So, yeah, it's Truvia. I mean, it comes from a plant. How bad could it be? 10 times better than this crappy stuff, like sugar, like real sugar. Milk, yeah. I don't know. It's what it is. Well, we don't have to agree on coffee, you know. As long as we agree on, no, we don't have to agree on anything, honestly. I don't push my opinions on everyone, I just share them. It's up to you to decipher whether you like them or not, you know? But I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Stephen T, I'm very happy to be here. You don't have to be careful about it. Yeah, I agree with that, Andy B. Interesting name there. I wanted to say all the hellos. Angie, cool, daddy-o. But I'm not drinking. I gotta get down with my coffee. What's going on here? Yeah, it ain't gonna get no less crazy, put it that way. It's 70 in Phoenix. It was about 70, 72. It's very mild. I mean, I don't know if you call it winter. It's been very, very mild. I'm almost like I said, this is not necessary at this point. Later, but it's been cooling off beautifully at night. It's like 52, like between like 48 and 52 at night, so it's good enough. Yeah, I know. I once insulted. I was at I had some Cuban espresso, and I was like, it was at it was a great place up. I forgot the name of it. The woman passed away. It's a little Cuban shop in the, what the hell was the name? Not Casablanca. I forget, whatever. Downtown. And they bring out the Cuban espresso, which is like freaking tattoo ink. And I'd say, oh, let me get some milk. And she'd say, like, no. I'd say, come on, no. No. And then I'd say, got any sugar? She'd be like, no, it's with the milk, and you can't have any. She tried to get me on the black, too. No, black is cool. It's easy, too. You know, it's like when I like order my coffee, it's like, you know, you think I'm ordering like, you know, it's like a construction project. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, make sure you got 3 stars, you know? But I get it. Black is just like, give me a cup of coffee. How do you want it? Just freaking black, I'm good. I wish I could do that. I wish I could do that. I mean, I guess I could get used to it if I started, but it is what it is. Alright, let's see. It's snowing by you? I love being cozy. The other night, my thermostat malfunctioned. I have it set on, I never leave 69. I just leave it on 69 year round. Whatever happens, happens, right? I got in like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning a couple nights ago, and the house was 62. And it's the air conditioner's running, just grinding it out, you know? It's like trying to turn it into a meat locker, which I was okay with. I was totally okay with it until I see the electric bill, but thermostat malfunctioned. I changed the batteries, I blew it out, you know, the whole bit, and it seems to be working fine. It was on 69, but it just would not turn off. The trigger to turn off wasn't working. But I slept so good. I slept so good. I took one of those like Viking fur blankets that I have. I put that on top of me, on top of my Japanese cooling comforter, and I had like combination of the cool and the warmth going. It was glorious. I'd sleep outside if I could. If I trusted Vegas people, I would sleep outside. You know, like pitch a tent and shit. I used to camp outside in my Gram's backyard. We used to do that when we were kids, like really roughing it, you know? I mean, like starting fires and cooking marshmallows. It was a decent backyard. I remember that as a kid. That was just you know, back then, parents, whoever, they were just like, wait, you know, it's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your kids are? No. That's why they started that, because, you know, you grew up as like, you know, as long as you beat the street lights, you know, was okay. And if you were like in their purview, they were in the backyard, I don't know what the fuck they're doing, setting shit on fire. You know? Yeah, that was cool. My Grams was cool. My Grams was awesome. It was a good one. Best coffee in town. Bar none. Bar none. The best. I cannot even make coffee as good as that. And I'm a part-time barista. Mary with the 20 banana-ramas. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. All going towards parking activities. Alright. Donna, Happy New Year. Just got home yesterday. The weather was great. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I heard you were here. Yeah, someone mentioned it in the chat. Next time, you know, like, reach out to me, you know how to do that. And just tell me you're here. I'll come say hello. What up? Thomas Hill, my brother. Doug Collins. Who else is here? Joe Q. Alright, we got peoples. What do we got to talk about? Nothing until I get a few more sips of this coffee. This place has a sick happy hour too. Like it's until 7 or something, and I don't know why there's not like 200 people in here. It's you know, you walk right in off the strip, come have some drinks and whatnot, cheap. Oh yeah, that's much better. Now I'm a little more like, how you doing? Okay, what did I do? This week has been a lot of fun. having my bro in town. We've been having just a killer time. Always do. Killer time this week. You know what I did? Like, you guys know. Well, if you've been around for any length of time, you guys know that, I'm not a big sports guy. Never have been, I mean, I know a field goal from a freaking touchdown and whatnot. I'm into the pugilistic sports, that I'm okay with. That's within my, in my domain. I understand, I grew up going to frickin' almost every Mets game at Shea Stadium and whatnot. I understand it. But it's just like, I just don't have the bandwidth per se, because when I get into something, there's no halfway in my life whatsoever. I don't half-ass anything. Nothing. There's not a bit of me that's done half-ass. If I'm into something, I'm into it. I learn everything about it. I make it my own, and I move on. But the downside of that, it has many positives in many aspects of my life, but the downside of it is, if I was to get into video games, I would never sleep. If I were to get into sports, I'd know this one and where he came from, what school he went to, how tall he is, what his earned run average is. I would just learn all the shit, because that's just my nature. I can't do things half-assed, and I can't do things superficial. I'm enough of a guy. I still got my man card, even though I'm not into sports. Have a conversation, I know the deal, But it's not like sports. It's just like, no bandwidth. There's no bandwidth I can allocate to that. However, without any arm twisting whatsoever, my bro's like, let's go see the Golden Knights. Didn't have to think twice. I'm like, nah, cool, let's go. So they had a matinee, what was it, on, I forgot. This week's kind of a blur to me. Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever it was. It was a matinee game, 3 o'clock. Playing Canada? I don't know, whoever it was. See, there, it's showing through. I don't even know, well, yeah, I know the other team, whatever. It was sick. It was a sick, good time. I went to another hockey game with him remember when I went to Nashville? It was like just a little over a year ago now. We were walking around like, doing some shopping, hanging out, doing a little live streaming. And lo and behold, we walked right up on the Predators stadium there. And we looked at each other, like, you want to go? I'm like, yeah, let's go. And we went inside. I live streamed from inside there. Okay, that was cool. I get the sport. It's cool. It's active. There's aggression to it. There's strategy to it. Whatever. I get the sport of hockey. Cool. And it's cold. It has to do with ice, so that's in my blood. Not in my veins, but in my blood. Maybe that's the same thing. Anyway, and they cheer and they clap and, they put some stuff up, the replays, and welcome this one, here's the national anthem. Cool. I get all of it. Beautiful. Now, you go to a Golden Knights game. I mean, this might be in other places too, but you go to a Golden Knights game. It's a full-blown, orchestrated, choreographed Vegas frickin' production. I mean, I got videos. I'll probably put together a video and I'll probably have another talk about it, but it is sick. It is, it's just, from the moment you walk in, first of all, T-Mobile Arena is cool, it's cool. But it was exhilarating. I mean, it was exhilarating. The only thing I can say is, if you'd see what the crowd was, you would say, all right, well, it's a home game for the Golden Knights. 2 thumbs up. However, being that I never took this into consideration. Being that it's a tourist town, people fly here to see the opposing team. So it was split like 50-50, maybe 60-40. I mean, at best, 65-35. There was a lot of the other fans here too, because, it's a good excuse to come to Vegas, go see my team, play some Buffalo, whatever. but there's no conflicts or anything. That kind of surprised me that it wasn't just 100%, nights. However, it was crazy. It was crazy. The sound system in there, loud. Don't get me wrong, it was loud, but not like, you're almost hyped for it because your adrenaline is pumping because every bit of it is like stimulating. I mean, the light show, they had lasers going off. They were projecting shit onto the ice. And then, the clarity of the giant screen TVs that they had around there was insane. I mean, you could be like, just looking at that. I mean, obviously you're looking down. The setup is perfect. I mean, I don't think there's a shit seat in that house. I mean, you have a view of everything from everywhere. It was quite the experience. And just the people. I get, people being into sports and supporting their team and whatnot. But the level of support that the Golden Knights have is like, I wouldn't say cult-like, but borderline. I mean, people love that team, and they love supporting it. And Vegas was like, the naysayers, and I wouldn't count myself as one of them. Who's going to come watch hockey here? I regret not buying season tickets. When their first season, I was offered season tickets for $299, and 2 for $399. 2 season tickets. And now I find out there's 45 games. I thought there was like 10. 45 games for 2 people, $400. $200 a person if you bought 2. That's crazy cheap. Now it's much more than that, obviously. But people are there. They have the love and the support of the community. There was a ton of locals, and just everyone's like gung-ho. I mean, it was quite the experience. A little late on the first game. Went to another game last night. Twice. Went to another game last night, so we roll in there just on time. So I got to see not just the, like a few minutes before, I got to see the entire production. The lair, on the top, the guy coming out, with the sword and dragons, and it's nuts. It's literally nuts in a good way. I didn't see that at that Predators game, Didn't see that. I mean, it was still sports, it was still exciting, there was still some graphics, but the level of production and the level of video production, like a modern football game. I don't know, you guys, because was in the video game. I see it from a different perspective. I see commercials, movies, sports. I see it different. Like, I could be watching a movie and say, holy shit, how did they make that shot? I love the way they faded from this to that. That was like, I'm looking at it from a technical standpoint. If you dissected how they do a sports game, especially football, the amount of angles, the dude is controlling the cutting and the switching is a freaking mad scientist. On NFL, almost all of them, just madly amazing what they're doing. They have 1,000 cameras, and this guy, well, maybe 50 cameras, plus the flying drones and people on their knees, on their bellies, the ones flying back. And some guy's sitting there just deciding which camera to hit and just knowing how to please the audience. That's mind-boggling. Next time you watch a football game, think about if you were the person who had to press the button to decide what camera angle. I mean, they're getting shots of the guy's face, giving screw face to this other dude, and I mean, it's just nuts. It's nuts. Because they tie that all in to tell a story. It's not just about, the football going from, 0 back to 0 touchdown. Yeah, man. They're telling a story. They're telling the emotional story of the game that's taking place. It's nuts. But let me take it back to the hockey. Same difference. Dude, mad scientist doing the cuts. Up on what do you call that? Jumbotron? Or is that still a thing? Yeah, it was crazy. And then, you know, they got all the chicks who come out, you know, like they gotta like level the ice, get all the snow off it and shit. And they're like, you know, like scantily clad and they're like skating around. Everyone's like, yeah. And then like they put the, you know, it's like cheerleaders that come and go through the audience and whatnot, they're cheering and with the pom-poms and they go nuts, you know, focusing in on people. The energy level is off the freaking charts. It's just stupid off the charts, and you cannot help. Even if you came in to see the opposing team, the first game, they freaking choked like a freak. They were up 1-0, then like in the span of like 7 minutes, they got 3 goals scored against them. And see, I know shit. But even the opposing team's fans was still hype, you know, for the game. Even though, like, on the Jumbotron, there was an occasional diss and whatnot. They take clips of Hollywood movies, find the editing is crazy level editing. So they take, like, a clip of, you know, like, Office, let's say, where some guys, you know, is doing, you know, like that. And they'll blend it into the game and, you know, diss the opposing team or, you know, talk some shit about the ref. I mean, it's just start to finish. It's engaging. I mean, yes, it's about the game and you're there to support the team or just enjoy yourself or whatever. But just from an engagement level, like, you can't help it. I don't care. Like I said, I'm not a big sports guy. I'll admit it. I don't care. But I was like, you know, yelling for a freaking team and whatnot because you can't help it. You just get swept away in like the emotions of it and the impact of it, and you know, go Knights, go Knights, go, and it's nuts. It's nuts. And the fireworks and the smoke and the dragons and it's crazy. It's crazy. And fortunately they did win last night. So that I must say, I better like my video. If I don't like it, how you guys gonna like it? Speaking of liking, I'm gonna invite you to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell button to get notified when I do this again. Oh, my collar's not good. Alright, there we go. Which is at least 5 times a week. Get me on the sports channel, super chat while I'm live. It is the grease that keeps the wheels rolling, pays the parking and some coffee, whatever. And brorfredrik.com is my streaming platform, and I got the Cash App, the Venmo, and all the stuff. So yeah, thank you for your support, because I am fan funded. White tees, it's like Bafangulio. Can I say Bafangul? Does the AI know what Bafangul? I don't know. Do I care? No. Alright, now I gotta read the comments. Hey, Bror Fredrik, you're into sports. No way. Who else is here? Alright, let me go back in time. I got more stories, don't worry, don't go anywhere. Jeff, what's going on? Who else is here? Great stuff I do, thank you. BSJ Bevo62. Thank you. Back in the day, invaders drove Phoenix, sleep in the car, and yeah. You could do that back in the day, for sure. Phoenix, I know some people's in Phoenix. Let's go, Buffalo Bills. Buffalo and Detroit. See, I like stuff like that. However, next week, the Islanders and like the East Coast teams are coming. The Islanders and the Rangers are in. I mean, I'm familiar with all that. There was 2 kinds of people, you know, back in New York with the Islanders and the Rangers. Like the Islanders were the team of the working man. I don't know how this differentiating happened. The same with the Mets and the Yankees. The Mets were like the team of the working people. You know, the truck driver, the sanitation dude, the construction worker, whatever. And like the Yankees were like, oh, you know, do you need a suit to go there? You know, I don't know why. I don't know why they drew it down that line. It was the same thing with the Islanders. They were the working class team. And the Rangers were, you know, like supported by, you know, people who worked on Wall Street. I don't know what that differentiation or how it came to be. but fun nonetheless, you know? So that is kind of interesting. Yeah, the Knights are killing it, but they were a little lazy. Like that first game, you just like knew within the first 5 minutes, you can tell there was such lazy stick play. You know, they were just like poking at the puck the whole time. They weren't trying to control it. They would just like kind of get the shit on the other side, pow. You know, they were just like tossing it past the blue line and let the team take another 10 shots. Smack it back on that. You know, there was no control, you know. They weren't trying to control the puck. They were trying to just make sure it wasn't on their side of the blue line. It was weird. But they came back. Your son has been the announcer for the Kraken. That is cool. And do what Mary Leather said. Smash the absolute F out of the thumbs up button. New law, no sales tax. That's that's funny. That's funny. You got about 30 years before you got to worry about that. Look at the season we finished. Yep, looks like it might be. Live hockey. I mean, like I said, I went to another one. I have gone to, like I said, you guys, I live streamed, you know, without the permission of the whatever. Anyway, it was cool. It was cool. I'm not saying it was not cool, but it was not a Vegas level production. It didn't have that like over the top. Now, here's where I'm going now. Here's where I'm going in my head. I would still like to see. Now I want to see a Raiders game. Because I heard that is even more over the top than the Golden Knights do it. So now it's like, you know, it's something I want to do. I'd go watch a football game, you know, over at Allegiant, just to see what the energy, I mean, it's got to be off the freaking charts. But I took some good video, too. I wasn't going to talk about this, and I was going to make a separate video, but I'm like, I won't be able not to. Plus, I don't want to talk about that incident for an hour and a half, because I'll end up saying things that I shouldn't. Alright. Our hockey games, including the pros, really, yeah, the music, the hype, it's cool. It's cool. Do you know how much tickets would be if you paid a couple hundred? I think there were a couple hundred. Like probably 2, 3, something like that, maybe more. Yeah, I mean, you can find them on people who have season tickets. Put theirs up because they can't be there for every single game. So when you're allowed to sell a certain amount of your season tickets and you can give away them or whatever. However, they put them up on like StubHub and whatever, the ones that they're not using. So you could check that out. I mean, it's fun. It's fun. Sammy the Bull says 400. Yeah, it's a couple $100. Well, more than a few hundred. Look at, yeah, right? 2 games in 1 week. Am I a sports guy now? Am I a sports guy? Am I gonna start wearing jerseys and shit with other dudes' names on them? Maybe, I don't know. Do they have female hockey? I can get behind that too. And the chicks, then they got the showgirls and the, yeah, alright. Let's see. Yeah, hockey fights are cool. Fortunately, there was only one hockey fight. There was only one fight going on. $10 for a ticket? Wow. Yeah, it's a trip. Go for the Ebs. Yeah, I mean, I didn't realize. I mean, okay, it's Vegas. I should have been like, yeah, they got to be taking it to like a whole different level, you know. And you know what else it did? Like seeing all that twice. It made me change my mind on like viability of certain things in town, like from a longevity standpoint, from a recession-proof standpoint. No, if they keep doing shit like this, yeah, people will continue to come. Yes, they are pricing a lot of people out, but you wouldn't think so if you went to the game. I mean, people are going to the game. You know, a couple's gonna cost $1,000. They're paying for the tickets, and then they're going and buying jerseys for, $170 and, the whole bit. It's like, what? But I get it. I'm not going to deny anyone that. But it made me feel confident that, this town made a good decision. It is recession-proofing itself with the sports. Now, the A's, will Vegas get behind the A's? They already suck, I mean, okay, the Golden Knights were new, so it wasn't like, oh, they suck, I don't want a season ticket, They had no previous point of reference to what you were getting involved in. But then you take the A's and it's like, will the town get behind them? Will people fly in? Will they fly in the way they fly in to go see the hockey? I don't know. But then there's talk of NBA coming to town. It's smart to bring sports here. It's smart. So that made me feel good. Yeah, they skate well, it's pretty interesting. Yeah, and I did have a good time, Jamie. And it was fun. It was the camaraderie too, and yeah, it was cool. I mean, I wouldn't want to get okay. We didn't stay till the end. Neither time. Even though the seats are great seats, I would not want. I mean, it was packed to the freaking rafters, right? I would not want to be leaving at the very end, or like really in between periods and whatnot, because it'll be a madhouse getting there. So it's like, you want to leave at least 10 minutes before, and they have this policy where once you leave, you can't get back in, even if you have a ticket and whatnot. That's kind of odd, but it is what it is. I get it. Alright, let me make sure I didn't miss any super chat activities. No. So, yeah, it was fun. The Knights made it to the Stanley Cup Finals their first year, and they got a lot of support. Yeah, I don't think the A's are coming here either. I think they're blowing smoke up everyone's butt. I don't think they have the financing. And I don't think anyone cares. It's a freaking A's. I mean, if they turned around and had a great season, anything better than a total crap season, maybe, I don't know. I mean, we have a minor league ball team here. What are the Rattlers, or Cobras, whatever. No one really supports them. People aren't like going to the game because it's a freaking 145 degrees, you're sitting in the sun. It's not a covered area, that's tough. You need some diehard MFers in there, I've taken the field over by Red Rock. My daughter worked for the... Yeah, exactly. That's the same thing. If the Knights are losing, and you can see their stick play blows, and they're just like, whatever. There's no like real, maybe they'll make a comeback. Yeah, just leave. If they're that far behind, that's what we did. They were behind 3-1 right away, and we were like, oh, we can leave early, And then you follow the game or whatever. Any concert residencies you would like to see at the Sphere? I wouldn't probably get the team jerseys and all that stuff. There is women's hockey? Really? They do it in like lingerie or anything? That would probably be popular. No, that didn't get the body checks and everything would go flying. Yeah. Is there anything at residency I would like to see? No, most of my heroes are dead musically. I'd like to see Biggie. He ain't here no more. Who else would I like to see? I mean, what they've been putting out, like the Eagles make me cringe. Like truly cringe. Grateful Dead I was never truly into. Who else has been here? I don't know. I don't know who I'd want to see. That's a good question, but I can't really come up with a good answer. Musically, I'm kind of stuck in the 90s. I haven't matured past that. I wouldn't know a modern artist if I tripped over them. So most of my 90s, Kurt Cobain, Powell, whatever. I don't know. That's a good question. Like, would I ever say, oh my God, they're coming to the Sphere, I gotta see them? I would probably see, Disturbed. Disturbed is going to play at T-Mobile. hearing the sound of silence live from Disturbed would be pretty freaking amazing. That would be a great show. Disturbed is coming. Atmosphere? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe some Nordic death metal. I don't know. But around here, the Blazer game is 19 bucks. No lingerie. I get it. Yeah, would I see Jelly Roll? I mean, he's the size of a sphere, so I don't know. It'd be like, whoa. But I'd go scope out Jelly Roll, but in like a smaller venue. I don't know. I seriously haven't been to the Sphere yet. The Sphere. I haven't. I just haven't yet. And the Sphere is kind of like, a lot of people saying like it's a one and done thing. I probably should go. Yeah, I remember lingerie football. Yeah. Helen Callie, Ms. Google, how are you? Happy 2025. Let's hope for better times this year. Yes. Metallica would be good. What's the band that does Amrith, hardcore Viking metal? You know, they do that song "Raise the Shield Wall," and they did it over at that concert spot on down by the links there. Raise the Shield Wall. Yeah, it's, I could do, like, everyone in the audience starts rowing. I'd get down with that. Yeah. Alright, let's see. Jelly Roll lost 100 pounds, good for him. I don't care. I'm not going to judge people, but I will say, I prefer to see him, more lean and more mean because, life expectancy when you're that level of obese ain't a good thing. We want you around, Jelly Roll, so put down them donuts, man. Start eating bacon. That's the other thing. Oh, I couldn't live without donuts. Do you like bacon? Oh, I love bacon. So eat a pound a day, you'll lose weight. That's my secret. Eat a pound a day, you stay slim. Something magical about bacon. Keeps you fit, lubricates your arteries, you don't get the frickin' stunads. Bacon's awesome. If your doctor says no bacon for you, tell him to go fuck himself. Because he doesn't know what he's talking about. Bacon is, right, Kyle? Right, Kyle? Exactly. Bacon is the jam. If you went on a straight up bacon, you'd get tired of it after a while. And, taste the different bacons and don't get the one that's tastes like you're eating a frickin' salt shaker. That could be bad for you. That aspect of it, yeah. Some of them just pound it with salt. So you find a brand like Oscar Mayer is fairly low salt. I don't get the low sodium shit, whatever. But fairly low salt. You buy it on sale. They had a deal, Smith's, 2 pounds for $7.99, so effectively $4 a pound for a good quality bacon. Yeah, but something magical takes place. You eat bacon, pounds drop off. Amazing. You had some bacon today. I missed my bacon fix today. I didn't have breakfast today. I was going to, and then I was like, what time I wasn't home too late, maybe like 2 or something. But for some reason, I did not go to bed until like 5. I was just still wound up. Might be like the 17 coffees I have per day this week. But it's fun. It's fun. Bacon is the best. Bacon. But try it. Eat nothing but bacon for a week. Weigh yourself prior to. Eat bacon every day for a week. And then weigh yourself. Because it gives you all the calories that you need, a entire pound of bacon's 1,200-1,500 calories, whatever. You could eat some other shit, but watch what happens. I shit you not. You'll be like, holy cow, I almost lost a pound for every pound of bacon I eat. It's magical. It's magical. Pigs are magical. Here's a Jelly Roll, peanut butter on a Ritz cracker. Let's see. You made 2 tri-tips the other day. Ooh. that sounds good. That actually sounds good. That sounds good. I'm trying to think what I had for New Year's Day. I don't know. It's like such a blur. After Christmas, for some reason, to now, it's like it just seemed like a string of Saturdays. In a good way, not in a bad way. How you doing? Not in a bad way, but I can't remember what I ate. I didn't do the black eyed peas and none of that type of stuff. What the hell did I eat? Some prime rib or something? Oh. I had a chicken. I had a chicken in the freezer, a whole chicken, like a heritage chicken. Friggin' chicken was like $10, you know, for like a friggin' bird this big, like a pigeon. But no antibiotics, none of this, none of that. You know, all the credit doesn't sit there, eat its own poop and whatever, supposedly. It was good. It was good. Made some of that. What else have I been eating? A lot of eggs. A lot of eggs. Sometimes my body's just like, feed me eggs, bro. Eggs are good for you. The doctor tells you eggs are bad for you. Again, tell him to go fuck himself. Because he don't know what he's talking about. Cherrywood bacon. Tri-tips are good. Tri-tip is good. Turkey club sandwich. Food talk. Food P-O-R-N. Prawn. We'll call it prawn. Food prawn is cool. Alright, so I know everyone, I don't know, maybe don't want me to address it, but I'm going to address it because it's worth addressing. But let me get nose deep in this coffee real quick. I'll ask for another one. I'll ask for another one. Because I, you know me, when I start, I'm so wound up, the coffee gets cold. So let me just suck this one down, and we'll talk about the incident that took place over here. As much as is reasonable to do. I don't think we can. There is no reasonable way to talk about it. Alright. F it. They spanked me, they spanked me. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I'm tired of being a prisoner to the algorithms. But I still can't talk about it for other reasons. How would we talk about this? So, for those of you who don't know, over at the place over there, the Golden Tower, something went in, you know, someone drove in a certain type of vehicle associated with a certain type of person, and there was a fireworks display. Pretty much. I saw it within hour and a half, no, about 2 hours later. I saw it. There was people there. I saw the display. It was a beautiful display. Not really, but you know what I'm saying, right? I saw the display New Year's morning. I keep getting factor. Ms. Google, the spankage fun. Thank you. Now we can talk a little freer. Thank you very much, Ms. Google. I don't know. Yeah, it probably was pretty cool on the inside, Mike. All right. What can I say about that? Still, you know, there's other concerns besides YouTube, so I got to be very selective. I don't know how to be. I don't know how to be. All right. Okay, I could talk about, okay, this isn't a plug, this isn't self-serving. However, I can talk about it on my platform. Yeah, it is. HeyBrorFredrik.com. I can say whatever the heck I want, within reason, because, you know, it doesn't mean nobody's listening. However, we're going to talk about that on the next episode, which will be Monday. Yeah, I took the week off, in case you haven't, you know. But HeyBrorFredrik.com, go check me out over there. And I'll tell you stuff. Alright, what I can say is, Nothing is what it seems in this life. At all. The first thing that was discussed, let me just tell you from a local standpoint, the first thing from the people who generally stand in front of cameras with microphones, I'm going to be very, like, work with me here on this, okay? I gotta be very cautious. The people who stand in front of, you know, over to you, and those people, right? The first reports that came out from those people, they received their talking points, even though they're local here. Yeah, we all took a week off. Exactly. It was cool. The first reports that came out were something's happening kind of near there, that, you know, this, maybe someone's smoking a cigar on the corner because there's a couple of whiffs of some cigar smoke puff. And I'm like, no. No, don't be, and then that continued. Oh, just, you know, because that does happen around town, you know, like things adjacently go puff or whatever. And I'm just like, nope. Too, I wouldn't say coincidental, but the math wasn't mathing. So I get in the vehicle. Bump, 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 bump. I'm like, that ain't adjacent. That is, how would you say, right in the lobby. And I seen it. I didn't see it happen, but I saw the aftermath of the whole thing before they started. You know that nice yellow tape? It's like party decorations that they put from like corner to corner to like kind of, you know, before the party decoration. That's a word on it. Begins with a C, ends with an N, has an A, a U, a T, an I, and an O. You know, like that, before, like, you know, that like party tape. Before they put that up, I was there. And I was saying to individuals who it's their job to apply that yellow party tape, you know, in areas. I was like, how about this? How about this is what happened? I mean, we can all figure out what happened, kind of, but not really. The association, the truck, and the person who built the truck, and the association with that giant gold building and whatnot. You know the association there. And I mentioned that out loud a couple times. And first, literally, this is still happening. This is still a happening right now. When I got there, and all right, I did not do this. I did not do it. I did not do it for a reason. I did not do it. We can't talk about shit. I did not do that for a reason. It just seemed highly, extraordinarily inappropriate. Some people did, but I think everyone was of the vibe like, no, I don't think we should be touching this with a 10-foot pole with a camera attached. So everyone was just like, because, you know, but I saw it, and I'm saying, hey, you know, I wonder if this is kind of like and at first one dude was like, yeah, someone else said that, but I don't know about all that. And then we were talking, and then they were like, yeah, yeah, there's something. I mean, they didn't know shit when I first was starting to talk to people, but it was obvious. It was obvious, and the people who were responsible for putting that pretty orange, yellow party tape up, those party favors, and they put them around the trees, and they go to the next tree, and they do it for like a mile or whatever. They were kept, how would I say, uninformed about what was going on. they were just like, hey, you guys go really, 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 really far away and put up that party tape. They put the party tape up with the word on it, you know, the skull and the crossbones and all that for miles. For miles, once all was said and done. From past the mall, down Sammy Davis, to like the TI, all the way to Resorts World with the party tape. And then the lights everywhere. From every single every single alphabet company was there in force, except the people who actually applying the party tape with that funny word on it, begins with a C, ends with an N, you know what I'm saying? They were like kept in the dark. They were just like, they didn't tell us nothing. They told us to stay the actual F away and, you know, whatever. Crossing guards, basically. Because other people came in and they're like, we got this, you know what I'm saying? So, all I can tell you about that is, like I said, I seen it. Okay, I'll make a couple of observations. I passed by there 3 times since. It's almost immaculately clean in that area where the thing did the thing. Almost immaculate. Like, you would think residue of the event would be everywhere. Nothing. People come and going like nothing. No residue, nothing. There's not even a presence there right now. Oh, well, there's one. That's it. That's it. Anyway. Nothing is what it seems, whatsoever. I cannot say anymore. All I can say is I saw events. Later that evening, I spoke to some of the people who put up the pretty party paper tape things everywhere. And we were chatting about, you know, things, and, you know, found out a lot of information that supports a lot of the conversation that's taken place around that event. However, the conversation, even if you think it's a little, you know, sounds a little, you know what I'm saying? There's validity to the people who are going, sounds a little fishy, sounds like a fish cake. It is much, 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 much fishier than the fishiest thing that you can come up with. That's all I gotta say. That's all I can say. It is fishy as, but it is what it is. So I hope I confused you enough. I hope I left you scratching your head enough, thinking, what the heck is he actually talking about? But that's all I can say here. It's just not what you think. It's not. There was another event. There was actually 2 other similar type of occurrences. There's collaborative effort, you know, like YouTubers get together, do collabs. So a lot of people saying like these events, you know, might have, you know, collaborative. Not really. That's all I can say. Yes, but not really. Not in the way you think it might be. your head spinning yet? I don't want to bore the shit. Maybe I shouldn't have brought it up. Maybe I just straight up shouldn't have brought it up. Yeah, because I really can't, I would love to talk about it in depth, but I can't. I just can't, thinking it through. Okay. If you knew some of the things I knew, not saying I know shit, I don't know anything. I don't know nothing. I will publicly say I don't know shit. I'm just some guy freaking drinking coffee and hanging out and whatever. I don't know nothing. I just have a brain that works on a certain frequency. The amount of homeless people that have been on the properties the past few days because the nights have been getting cold is high. It's been high. And they've learned, a lot of them that are inside the properties now, I guess they're going to maybe, they're not the ones walking around in blankets and one sock and whatever. They're like trying to blend in the best they can, but then, they're like, then you see them bend over the garbage pail and reach into it. You kind of know. You can see them, but they're trying their best to blend in. It's sort of a new tactic, but I've been seeing a lot of that lately. I just saw one just now. I mean, if you got any questions, I'll try to answer them. I can't promise you I can. Gary, that is... Jim West, what's going on? I can still follow up with that and say it's not what you think. It's not exactly what you think. I mean, I get what you're saying, and I could be talking on my ass. I don't know anything. It's not the exact, there's a fork. The direction you're going in, and I get it, and I respect it, there's a fork in that road that leads in a slightly different direction that changes the narrative of what took place. That I can say. That's the best I can do. That's the best I can do. Sorry. But all I can say is, yeah, and thank you for your service. Absolutely. What things look like works more than... What? Yeah, I mean, okay. Optics. Optics. Just think optics. That's the path you might want to go down. Think of the optics of everything. What are the optics? The middle class? Yeah. I mean, I think it's beyond that. I think like they all got together and were like, they might have said, hey, if you go down to Goodwill and buy like a halfway decent jacket for like $3 and, a halfway decent pair of skips and whatever, you can walk around these casinos all day. I think like somebody thought that through. I mean, honestly, if I was in that position, if I was freaking homeless, I'd do the same thing, hang out in the bushes or, walk inside the properties until, and not make a spectacle of yourself, and they won't ask you to leave until you start doing stuff. Northwest, man, I mean, it'll get instantly spanked. If I do discuss certain things here, it'll instantly get spanked, like without a freaking doubt. I did that video I did last week about Ice Baby, putting up an ice factory to make ice cream here, because there's a lot of people who are gonna be put in the ice cream factory run by the ice company, They spanked that. Now, was that controversial? Is this talking about ice cream? If you go see, you know, it's probably a link underneath there somewhere. Just talked about that, you know, because it's reality. It is going to happen. There is going to be an ice cream factory from the ice company here. There is, right in Pahrump. I talked about that. I didn't get a kapow, but I got a red. It's a dollar sign with a red strike through it. And it says, you ain't making shit off this video because we don't like what you had to say. But all I did was report on what's actually going on. And this was after the fact. They didn't do it on when I uploaded it. It was just after the fact. You know, that was like, oh, how much did I make on that video? Oh, 0? And then I looked and I had the freaking dollar sign with the red, oh, it's a red like circle with the slash in it over the dollar sign. It's like, oh. But they still put commercials on it. You know, there's still commercials on it. They just like, you know, they're just like, F you, Bror Fredrik, you know, don't be talking about stuff like that. So it's very, very obvious that, you know, they are still towing the line here with the previous thing that's going on, you know. It's extraordinarily obvious. So if I were to mention that, I don't know what the consequences are. But then again, I don't want to... How do I word this properly? I can't. I don't wanna discuss certain things, not because I don't know. I could do it over there. Can't do it here. I don't know, like, ramifications of it, you know, whatever. But some deep shit. That's all I gotta say. There's some deep stuff going on. And it's not what it seems like. And the other thing I have to say is when you're out in public, in places of gathering, be a good time to kind of like not walk around like 90% of the people are here in Vegas, like NPCs, you know, just like be aware, enjoy yourself. I'm not saying stay home, hide, blah, blah. I'm not telling you that. I would never do that. I didn't do that, even with the thing and the thing. I was just like, F that. Just be aware. Just be aware. You know, when you're out somewhere, you're in a market, you're in a whatever, like go in there, think like you're on an episode of Lioness. and walk in there, think that you're in an episode of John Wick, and go in there and be like, walk in, do your shopping at Smith's, get the freaking bacon, buy one, get one free, excellent. Pick up your chuck roast, you know, get a couple vegetables, make sure it doesn't have the chemical stuff on it, cool. But look to see where the exits are. You know what I'm saying? Pretend for a minute that you're in an episode of friggin' Lioness and just look around, walk in the door, look around, alright, exit over there, you know, just, you know what I'm saying? Just be aware. This is not, in my opinion, I'm just some friggin' guy getting buzzed off of coffee in front of a camera, espresso. Be aware of your surroundings and always think like, what would I do if it became, alright, how do I say this? What would I do if it became overly crowded and people just decided to start running and have a marathon? What would I do? Especially if you're with your family. Where would I go? What would I do? Start thinking like that. Don't just like your way through life anymore, because I'm not saying said situations will become normalized, but in my uninformed, uneducated, talking out my ass opinion, most likely see more events in the foreseeable future. So, you know, just when you go places, just think about it, you know? Do I really want to be in the corner? You know? You know, think about things. Think about things like that. You know, think about what ifs. What ifs. All right, that's the best way I can say it. Think of the what ifs when you walk into Smith's. What if? You know? What would I do if? Just think like that, and you'll be cool. All right, let me read comments. Yeah, oh. Watanabe. You're onto something there. You are seriously onto something there. I can't repeat it, but you are seriously onto something right there. You know, like you have, like in sports, you have a pre-game show, or you have a warm-up round. You know, this is just a warm-up. You know, before you start playing the actual game. Right? I think I'm gonna say a left turn. Arizona Armadillo. It's not as simple as that. It's about. It's probably about 5 to 10 layers deeper than just think like. See, but that's what. That's what people are supposed to think. There's a difference between what you're supposed to think, which is the creation of a specific narrative, and what's really going on. So I would suggest that people look past the obvious and the, yeah, I knew it, you know, type of stuff. Because, you know, I don't either. But just look past that and think of, now, why would X, Y, Z? Oh, because what? You know, it's not, oh, because this. Yeah, Miss Google's on something too. Yeah, what Miss Google's saying, that's about 7 layers deeper. Which is, yeah, this is a big tie-in, but yeah. Be street smart, for sure, Lucky. Yeah, I mean, that's the way you should operate in life anyway. Even when you're in Vegas, gonna have a good time, but look what just happened in Vegas. You know, you don't think every valet in town is just on like pins and needles right now? What happens when you see one of those vehicles that, in my opinion, looks like a refrigerator with wheels on it, because it looks just like my refrigerator? Don't you like cringe a little now? You're like, hey, yikes. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there's like a little like everyone on edge type of thing. But think about things, you know. I'm not saying be afraid and be paranoid, but be prepared. You know, just when you go somewhere and say, you know, look around. Look around. Just don't like duh your way through life. You know, just look around. You don't have to be an asshole about it. Just, you know, okay, I'm here. Whatever. I don't know. I don't know how to put it. I don't disagree with anything. Yeah, that John, that's okay. I mean, that's what a conversation. John Crandall, you just summed up what a conversation is. You know, just because I'm on this side of the camera and you guys are on that side of the camera doesn't make me right. You know, it's my opinion or my. All right, in certain things, it's my best educated guesses, because I do deep dives into things that I don't randomly believe things because I want to. I don't randomly believe things because I've heard it somewhere. I vet all information that comes through because, you know, I don't like being wrong. It's just me. But at the same time, that doesn't mean I'm right either. And I'd be the first one to admit it. What you just described in that, I don't agree with everything you say, and hopefully you don't agree with everything I say, and that's a good thing. You just summed up what? A conversation. You just summed up the very essence of civil conversations. And that's a lost art. That is a lost art. I'm not here to like force my opinion on everyone. I'm here to make people think. I like to make people think. Like in this case, this is different. This is a whole different thing that I gotta tiptoe through the tulips with, you know? And I think we all should. However, I just want to stimulate conversation because that's what's missing in our society right now, you know? And that's by design. Like this whole social media type of thing is designed to silo people and their opinions. That way we're not willing to have conversations. Have you noticed that? People are completely and utterly unwilling to have conversations about just about anything right now without it becoming confrontational or whatever. You know, they just latch onto an opinion, call it their own, and nothing you're going to do is going to change their mind because they saw it on a meme on X, you know, or whatever. It reinforces a preconceived notion, so that's it. I'm done with this, you know. I don't care about facts, figures, whatever. That's, you stop living when you stop learning. So I'm always open. I've openly and admitted changing my mind about specific things in my life. But I'm not one of those people either. It's like, I hear your facts, but I am going to replace them with my own, you know, my truth. That's a thing, my truth. Well, you don't understand my truth. No, there is a truth and there's not the truth. And none of us on this planet, I don't care who you are, know the truth about anything. Anything. You think you do, but you don't. And that's not conspiratorial. You don't. No one has every fact about everything. Nobody. The experts say, whenever I hear experts say, I'm not an expert in anything except me. I'm an expert about me, you know, because I live in my own skin. That's it. Everything else is my best educated guess. Experts say. That's all you got, because no one knows the truth about anything. You can gather and ascertain as much information about a subject matter as you possibly can. You still don't know the whole truth. About health, about this, it's all speculation. We all take our best guesses, and if we all shared our best guesses, we would progress as a species. You know, like crowd sharing thought process, crowd sharing ideas. I'm into stimulating those conversations, and I know people get butthurt when I talk about things because they take it personal. They want to hold on to the beliefs that they have or aren't willing to put into the work that it requires to really understand a subject, so they'd rather like be flippant about it or, you know, hold on to an uneducated opinion that they heard somewhere else. And that sucks, you know. So yeah, I could literally tell when I piss people off. I mean, I have a meter here of how many people are watching and all that. I can literally tell when I pushed a bunch of people's buttons because they'll be just like, phew. You know, like when I called Jennifer Aniston, you know, when I call her, yo, dude, what up? Watch, 5 people will go, no way, bro, you're crazy. Okay. You have pictures, go look. You know, I can't help it. See, look, I just saw 5 people leave just now. But I'm here to stimulate conversation, not to cause confrontation. We do not have to agree. Now, there's a fine line to a certain degree, like, what are we disagreeing on? Like, I do not believe at all in the concept, let's agree to disagree. Fuck that. I ain't agreeing to disagree with anyone. You know, I mean, that's a shitty premise to have a relationship on. All right, let's just agree to disagree, and then we're cool with everything else? No. It depends what we're... I mean, if you like Mustangs and I like freaking Camaros, all right, we could agree to disagree because it's so inconsequential. Ford or Chevy. Who frickin' cares? Even in sports, you know, the Raiders or the Rams, who frickin' cares? When it boils down to it, and, you know, there's no food, there's no electric, there's no water. Who gives a shit about a football team, you know? There's other things in life. But we live in a comfort zone where everything's cool, so now we can engage with sports. Fine. But in the grand scheme of things, shit like that, okay, we agree to disagree. But when it comes to subject matter like who's teaching our children and what are they teaching our children, I'm not going to agree to disagree about that. I am not. I'm simply not. There's a right way to do things and there's a wrong way to do something. And it's not my way. It's just... There's just certain things in society that society is leaning into and pushing towards that are just plain devilish. And I ain't gonna agree to disagree on some devilish bullshit. Oh, it's okay to do this to, you know, smaller people and change their things and give them things and snip other things, you know, at 10 years old. I'm not gonna agree to disagree about that shit. I'm gonna hold the line. As long as we're cool with that level of whatever, yeah, we can talk, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to debate shit like that. I'm not going to debate it because it's the debate that's allowing it to flourish. There's no debate, you know? If your kid wants to be a pirate, right? Do you cut off his leg, buy him a parrot, poke out one of his eyes so you can put a patch at frickin' 6 years old? So if the child says, hey, I want to be this, are you going to like start snipping and clipping? Come on now. You know, like a 5-year-old knows what they want in life. They want to be a freaking pirate and an astronaut. What are you gonna do? Put him on a bottle rocket, shoot him to the moon because he says he wants to be an astronaut? Come on. You know, we're not gonna debate that. There's no debating that. There's no debating that. God ain't freaking debating it, so don't expect me to. But other than that, let's have conversations. You know, I love stimulating conversations, and I learn from them too. I learn. I'd be a fool not to learn. I'd be a fool to stick. Shit, you guys know me for 4 years already. You know I'm capable of changing my opinions on things. You know, sometimes 180 degrees, as long as it doesn't come around to morality and ethics. I will stand my ground on morality and ethics all frickin' day long. You know? Because that's what's wrong with our society. There's a breakdown of morals and there's a breakdown of ethics. You know, and I'm not going to compromise myself, and I'm not going to pretend it doesn't exist and turn a blind eye to it. I'm going to shine a frickin' old light on it. But other than that, I want to have these conversations, you know? We just can't have this conversation about what happened over there. Thank you. Yeah, coffee's kicking in. I'm like, it's only one, but I probably had like 5 already today. And it's all been casino coffee except the first one. Yeah, I had a couple of casino coffees today. Yeah, I'm caffeinated AF. We don't know the truth about him. Yeah, I mean, I wish I could tell you my point. That way we can discuss it, but I can't. I mean, read between the lines, but... Alright, all I can say... I can't say it. It's... Alright. Alright, this is what I'm going to say. Let me sum it up, because I don't want you to think I was just blowing smoke up everyone's ass for an hour. Well, half hour. What can I say? Tom Clancy, eat your friggin' heart out. What happened there? It's something that would make your frickin' head explode. Just be like, no frickin' way. It's that level of, you know, out there. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying it's out there. It's out there level. What the actual F? I could talk about it over there. I'll do one episode on Monday. You know, yes, it's a monthly membership, but I'll do like a one-time fee of like $1 or $2, whatever, and we can discuss it over there till our heart's freaking content. You know? But, and then you can like judge for yourself. but it makes sense. But think of like an insane Hollywood movie plot. I can't. I can't. Not saying I'm right, but I can't. A cup of coffee is fuller than I originally thought. What? No, this cup of coffee is friggin' empty. Tom Clancy lives down the road from you? That's kind of cool. It's chilly in Columbus. Yeah, I heard you guys are cold over there. But anyway, it is 7:30. I did not realize it was so late. I'm kind of wound up. But I got places to go, people to see. I got stuffs to do. 90% chance we'll be going out tomorrow night. 95%. You'll know in the morning. But how you will know whether we're going, not going to chill and chat. We'll walk the strip, do some stuff. I'll show you all the NPCs in town. But how you will find that out is if you go ahead and like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell button to get notified when I do this again, which is times a week. And if you want to support the channel, you can do all this stuff. Speaking of support, let me thank some people. I hope I didn't add more confusion into the story, but if I got you to think about, if I made you go a little bit and go down a few rabbit holes, that'd be cool. And thank you, Maria Ann, Mary Leathers, and Miss Google, my ladies taking care of me. Thank you very much, ladies. And let's see, so yeah, tomorrow night we'll go out, do our stuff, go Knights go. I'm a sports guy now, go figure. Yeah, well, let's not get carried away. But Vegas sport, Vegas knows how to do a lot of shit, and obviously I just found out that sports is one of them, that they do really well. It's hype. All right, I love you people, and I will, do the subscribe, the like, the what do you call the thing? Notification, because I'll let you know what time. Do all that stuff. All right, people, love yous. And on that note, Bror Fredrik out.